Hi, welcome back to Leiden's Hollow. I'm upstairs today. The video is probably going to be a little bit dark because I have my door open there and the light is coming in and it's going the wrong way, but I don't exactly have a lot of room up here. So what I'm actually doing today is I thought I'd take you guys along and just give you a quick glimpse at this. What I'm actually building is a Fodder stand. Create Fodder feed for my animal. Rabbits are one animals that you could feed completely from Fodder. They don't require anything else. Now I can feed this to my pigs as well because Fodder has I think it's like a 39% protein. I'm just doing a very simple one. Watch some people build them and I'm going like, you're spending like $2,000 or $3,000 just to build a Fodder stand. Kind of defeats the entire purpose. This cost me $32 for my trays. That's how much it cost me. Maybe, you know, a couple bucks in screws. The wood I had is old barn boards that I took out of a barn about 10 years ago. I've been using them up on and off, and I'm getting pretty close down to the bottom of those guys now. But you can see how I'm doing this. I'm not putting it at an angle right now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drill holes in these trays along the center so that the top ones drip down to the next one, and then the next ones, and the next ones, and the next ones, and so on. I want to be able to do, I think I'm going to be putting 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 trays in here. Is what I'm actually planning on using this one for. Now I've got it set up so that if the flat section don't work, I can just pull them forward. I just have to make a stop here to stop them from going forward too far. But yeah, this is what, you know, I may end up doing. But we'll see. I don't think I need an angle. I've seen some people put them at angles, and the problem with that, the only problem I see with that is that the grain will grow out of the tray on an angle, and I don't think that's a real good idea because I think the water will kind of rush to one end too quick and not give the grain on the upper end of the tray, if it was at an angle, enough time to absorb the water it needs. So I'm going to keep mine flat. I'm going to try it that way for a few weeks because it usually takes 7 days. For the grain that I'm using is barley. Barley is probably the easiest one to germinate, so I'm going to go with barley, and it actually has the best nutrients for hogs, which is the main reason I'm doing this. To see if I can actually cut down on my hog feed, because right now I'm going through, let's see, a bag is 25, another bag is half, so I'm going through about 35 kilograms of hog food a day right now. I need to get it cut down a bit, and that can get pretty expensive here on the island. You know, I've showed a few videos on some of the things that I do for my hogs to keep my costs down, which is on my last few videos about saving money feeding hogs. Cut my costs down maybe 20%, maybe 25%. I'm hoping by doing this, it's going to cut my hog feed down by at least another 20 or 30%. And then instead of going through a bag and a half of hog grower every day, I'll be going through a half a bag. That's my hope. Now the only thing with doing Fodder is that if you're feeding hogs and other animals, other than rabbits, you're going to have to give your animals some minerals. Now my problem is my pigs are out free range. Normally in most other places you wouldn't have to give them minerals because they would get all the minerals they need from the soil, because pigs spend a lot of time chewing on soil. But here on Prince Edward Island there's a couple minerals in our soil that's missing, that hogs need. So we have to add those minerals to our feed for our hogs. That's if they're free range or they're on concrete or whatever, but yeah. Those are the things that we need to do here on the island. Now when I do this, put my barley in here, I'm going to only put it just enough to cover the tray at the bottom, maybe a ½ inch, maybe 3/8 of barley. If you had too much, you don't get any more yield. You're going to get pretty much the same amount. So what I'm actually going to do is when I first do this, I'm going to fill up my top 3 trays, and then the next day fill up 3 more, and then the next day fill up 3 more, and then the next day fill up 3 more. I don't know if you guys can see in the video, but the water is just running off me. I don't have air conditioning in my workshop. And it is, I think the last time I looked at the temperature gauge here, outside in the shade, it was 34 degrees. And the humidity is really high today, like really high. We actually have a heat warning here, so a little bit of sweat. As long as I'm drinking lots of water, it's not going to hurt me. I'll come back now once I get it all done, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's finished. Well, and the other thing I want to talk to you about is I've watched a lot of these videos, and like I said, people, you can do like these type of systems so that they're fully automatic. The only reason I'm not doing it is because it's ridiculously expensive. Like you can go out and buy all the hoses, you can buy a pump, a water pump, put it on a timer so that the water is released in, you know, it recycles the water, which I don't agree with, because if you're recycling the water, it means you're getting dirty water to your plants. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I can't say yes or no either way to that. But for me, I'll just water my plants twice a day. That's it. I'll just water the Fodder twice a day. Because I can't put it in my greenhouse. It gets too hot in there for Fodder, I think. It will probably help it germinate quicker. But because of the sunlight and the intense heat, I would have to water it like 4 times a day. And, you know, some days I just don't have time to do that. And Fodder, like I said, doesn't need sunlight. There's enough energy in the seeds for them to produce enough greens to about 7 or 8 inches. But now you have to soak your barley over. Well, I'm going to soak my barley probably for about 6 or 7 hours before I put it in the trays. Looks good. See, I ended up not being able to put it into my barn. I wasn't thinking, when I was shooting the video upstairs, I was just trying to think of a place to put it. But then I realized, well, my barn has a wooden floor in it. I can't exactly put something that's going to be dripping water all the time on a wooden floor. So I decided, well, I'm going to bring it and put it down in my big greenhouse. It's the only place where I have any space to put it. So yeah, I brought it down, got it in, and now it's all leveled. I just finished leveling it up, and I'm ready to put the trays in. But now when I built it upstairs, when I put the trays on it, after I had it built upstairs, I laid them on, and I'm going, well, these things are actually going to fall off if I put water in, and when I'm trying to put grain in there. So I ended up building some rails on each one of these so that it keeps the trays in place. It's not tight or anything, but the trays cannot come out and they can't turn sideways. So that worked out really well. I'm glad I did that. I also have my barley soaked. Now when I measured out my barley, I used this scoop, and it takes 1 full scoop to cover the bottom of these trays. So yeah, I got my barley in now, and I got about a ½ inch of barley covering the bottom of these trays. So now these trays got to go up on top of the, well, in the rack. Looks pretty good. Now this is the first day, then tomorrow I'll do the same thing, and then the day after that I'll do the same, day after that I'll do the same thing. I'll do them every day. Right now I think I have 3 sections of 3. And I have some more trays coming in a couple of days, so I'll do it again. But normally it takes around 7 days, 7 to 8 days, but you can let it go like 8, 9. 10 days is kind of pushing it, because then the berries themselves won't have much nutrition left, and your stalks could actually start to die off after 10 days. But I want to get started with these, so I'm going to get these 3 going. When I did this stuff, I did this a few years ago. I never really broke down and built the rack and got the trays. I just kind of did a little bit here, a little bit there. It worked out a little bit, but not great. But that's why I bought the trays this year and I built the rack, just to get it to work better and to see how well it actually will work. I know they say pigs love it, but we'll see. I know my pigs before, they ate some of it. But like anything else, you have to get used to eating it. So I figured for the first week or so when they're eating this stuff, it may take them a few days to get used to it. But I think they do okay over time. I think it should be all right. So in these guys go. Now this rack is only staying here for the summer, because In my corner, I have a bench up there that I hardly ever use. And as far as I'm concerned, it's just a junk collector. So I'm going to be tearing all that out and cleaning it all up, getting everything all fixed up. And that's where my fodder rack is going to be going, is over there for the winter, because I'm planning on doing this all winter long. My zucchini, my last video I put out, or a couple videos ago, I came down and I did a calcium video. My cucumbers have gone crazy since then. Like when I did that video, I think I said I had 25. I bet you I have 50 to 60 in here now. And that's only in, I think that video was only done maybe 3 days ago. So yeah, that's just out of this one right here, right at the front. Those were only that size, and now they're like that. I think this is going to actually work out really well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe consider subscribing. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.